Hey, what's up, guys? It's Kumbi here. Project Baki Day 3. Oh, sorry, Project Hanma Day 3. Today we're not really doing the most of the stuff that I've been doing before. I mainly focus on the extra stuff. Not really extra, but the stuff that I'm supposed to be focusing on. So let me just quickly get in the gym. There's gonna be a bit of echo. I was avoiding that, but you work with it. So basically, I'm gonna be doing abs today. Abs, forearms. I'm looking at the little doge. Abs, forearms, and what? Abs, forearms. I'm doing a bit of bicep work today too. What? I need to stop saying abs, forearms, biceps. I've been thinking of maybe doing some rows, but I doubt, just because the weight for the rows is just not heavy enough. Like the amount of I've said this before, but like I need to be doing like 25 reps to even like properly start feeling it. So it's way too much for it to be a reasonable choice. Then afterward, and I'm thinking some rear delt flies too. Then afterwards, I'll be hitting skipping for cardio. My daily skips, if you're curious. Right now I do like 2,000 skips a day. It might sound like a lot, and it is, but I've been doing this for a while. Like I started skipping 2 years ago. I'm 19 now. So I was skipping back in like 2021, I think. Cause like I got back from a holiday and I was like, shit, I got a bit chubby, I got a bit bulky, and I wanted to reduce it, so I got into skipping for a bit, and then I stopped, just cause I wasn't too dedicated to it. I just once I lost like the 4 kgs or something that I gained, I got off of it. And then I got into it again in like 2022, so in like matric year. I got back into it. I was really into it, and then like I was doing it consistently, not 2,000, I was like at 1,000 now. I was doing it consistently, and then when rugby season came around, like around one of the second half or something, I broke my hand, right? So obviously if your hand's broken, you can't grip the actual like the skipping rope. So I couldn't do this, so then I stopped doing that. So I started again like end of last year, I think. Like, it's not that I couldn't do it, it's just that I had stopped doing it, right? So it's just, my exercises, skipping. I'll probably have quite a bit of space. I'll film like a few sets just so you see a bit of me working out, and this fitness channel this self-improvement channel that's mainly focused on fitness at the moment doesn't just turn into you watching me speak. And by you, I mean probably myself later. You might think, oh, why are you watching your own videos? Well, because at the moment no one else is. But also I'm of the opinion that if I can't watch my own videos, how can I expect you to, right? How can I expect someone else to watch my videos if I'm not going to watch my videos? Plus, I'll watch it when I'm editing, because I do that sometimes. I don't do it all the time, just because sometimes I don't feel the need to, right? Like you're here for what I can give you, which is one, my personality, and two, like the actual advice that I can give you. So I'll film a few sets, probably like a single set, give some advice, move on to the next exercise. If you're wondering about the shirt, yeah, it doesn't have any identifiable shirt. If you want about the shirt, it's my grade 7 shirt. We got to design a shirt. I don't think my design ended up being the one that was picked. It wasn't. But yeah, this is just let me give you some advice before we skip over to the actual exercising. If you have old shirts, especially like stuff that's this like wicked material, wicked is basically it doesn't really absorb your sweat, so like it dries quicker and it's more breathable, and it's what most sports shirts are made out of. If you have something with this wicked material, like regardless of how old it is, if it still fits you, wear it to the gym, wear it for exercising. Like, you don't need new stuff all the time. Like, a lot of the time the old shit will fit you properly. And then also when you see pictures of you wearing old shirts, and it's a shirt that you're still wearing, it'll be a nice kind of gauge for how much you've grown, if at all. I mean, obviously, it would be kind of tragic if you didn't grow since you were like 13, but like still, you know? So, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, cool. So, the first exercise we're going to start with is not dips. It's going to be a bit of a hanging leg raise. I mean, obviously I'm not hanging from the top, I'm holding onto the bottom. But yeah, that's going to be the first exercise. If there were any tips to give you in terms of how to do these, the main thing would be to make sure that when you're raising your legs, you're more trying to crunch your abs you're more trying to use your core to lift your legs up than just like swing your legs. Don't swing at all, because you don't want to be using momentum. You want to be purely using your own strength. So you want to pull it up and let it down. You don't want to be like, you know. So like you pull it up, pull it down. Pull it up, lower it down. Try and keep your back straight. Just to minimize that amount of swinging. Yeah, should be able to feel the pump. Whew. Yeah, if you want to do that, you want to be able to obviously hold yourself up, because the last thing you want is the reason that you stop to be that you can no longer handle the weight on like your arms and wrists and stuff. But if you want an easier variation of that, there's the floor leg raises that I can probably make a video on in the future. There's floor leg raises. I think there's like single leg raises. I'm not 100% sure whether those, I think they're easier just because there's less weight that you're lifting up. I've never had to do them, because by the time I started doing leg raises, I was already strong enough in my core. But yeah, after this, we're going to be doing the ab roller. It's an assisted one, just because I'm not strong enough for the wheel by itself. Not yet, anyway. So yeah, see you then. Actually forgot to mention that. That thing was said too, by the way. I actually forgot to mention that in terms of training abs, if you want to have a more focus on the lower abs, then you do things like leg raises. And if you're in such a stretch that you'd have to pick between having to, I mean, I don't know what kind of situation it'd be, where you have to pick between prioritizing the lower ab exercises and upper ab exercises. I'm saying upper because I'm not completely sure how separated they are in terms of stimulus from exercise to exercise. I just know that in the leg raises and stuff, the lower abs are more prioritized. If you're in one of those situations, prioritize the lower abs, just because you'll never see someone who has visible lower abs that doesn't have the top visible. Because the thing is, your core is worked with other exercises, you know, so it's not like if you prioritize the lower ab exercises, the rest of the abs won't get any work. I mean, hell, I'm sure the rest of the abs also get work on lower ab exercises. So if you're forced to for some reason, make sure to incorporate or prioritize lower ab exercises. Just because you'll see a lot of people with just the top four, the four pack, right? You'll see a lot of people with the upper abs developed, but the lower abs not. But trust me, you'll never see someone with the lower abs developed, but the upper abs not visible, right? So there's something to keep in mind. Ideally, you'll see me again in the next exercise. If not, you'll find out. And we're back. So now I'm about to do my second exercise. It's this baby, the assisted ab roller. You might be wondering why it's assisted. Is that think of it as like one of those self-rollable toy cars where if you like pull it back and release it, it'll drive by itself. This one is kind of like that, where when you're going forward, it kind of, I don't know whether it's like a spring or something, but it has resistance to kind of push you, help you get back up, right? That's why it's assisted. Whereas the ab roller by itself, this ab roller, as you can see, it's just a wheel with handles, right? So this ab roller is way harder because when you're going back up, it's all you, there's no support there. So me, I want to get comfortable. I mean, I'm able to go pretty low, but I want to be like super comfortable with this one before I move on to this one. So that's why I'm doing it. I think the ab rolling is a very good exercise for your abs. I don't know. I feel it, you know. It's not necessary, don't get me wrong. There's 100% like easier, easier stuff that like can work 100%, you know, all kinds of crunches and like sit-ups, those work. It's just that I find them a bit boring. And I'd rather have a more challenge, accomplishment-based thing. You know, just this is an exercise choice selection. I'm not going to say whether it's better than the others or not, because I genuinely wouldn't be able to say. I haven't really looked into it. I don't really care too much, just because I'm of the philosophy that, like, obviously there needs to be some reason into it, but I'm of the philosophy that when it comes to exercise selection, the best exercise that you can select is the exercise that you're gonna do, right? No one cares about fucking, like, I ain't gonna do one of those, at least right now, you know, those isolateral lat pull downs where you stretch out and then you pull down. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I know for myself, I'm not gonna do that, right? Like, how I don't care how good lunges are. I'm not doing lunges. Lunges are ass. I'll do Bulgarian split squats because at least then, even though they're hard and similar to lunges, I like how strong and capable I feel doing them because I know that they're extra hard, right? But like lunges are just boring. Just like isolateral. So the point that I'm making here is that as long as you're training the muscle, the specific muscle that you're trying to target, the specific exercise that you're using doesn't matter too much in general. Obviously, there's some cases where you might need, like me, I don't really enjoy pullovers, but I want to improve my lats, so I just add them in to my back days because they, you know, pull up their lat isolations, right? So I'll do my pull downs and stuff, and then I'll just add a set of pullovers. You know, I'll add like 3 sets of pullovers afterwards, just to add some lat specific isolation. So regardless of whether I enjoy them or not. But in general, with shit like this where it's generalized and you're not targeting a specific muscle, you know, you're just trying to work your core. Whether you do crunches or your rolls or fucking leg or fucking Russian twists work something else, but like, you know, whether you're trying to do all that stuff, it doesn't really matter too much, you know. So when it comes to stuff like that, just choose the one that you enjoy doing. You know, like, I don't like doing the machine presses. I'll do them if I have to, but like, you know, I don't like doing barbell, incline press. I'll do them if I have to, but if I had the choice, I'm always doing dumbbell. Similar kind of idea here, where it's like, if you don't have to, if it doesn't make a difference much, then you're the normal lifter, you know. cares, bro? Who really cares how optimal it is? As long as you're in the gym and, you know, moving your body and getting stronger and looking better, then who cares about the fucking 5% and shit? There's obviously people that do care, and I'm not gonna bash them because they care. Why would I bash someone if they care enough to try and be exceptional about a specific aspect of exercise, right? As long as they're exercising, I'm fine. So yeah, I'm about to do the assist one, and then I'll just give a basic explanation of, in terms of the movement and how you're trying to do it. This thing comes with the old one that we have that's kind of broken now, has like this knee thing. More nice to use, and I'll try it out. So basically, how you're going to want to do it. I see a lot of people make this mistake where when they go down, they'll just go down from the front and they extend their core. What you should do is you roll forward and make sure that your what's called, the roller stays beneath your shoulders the whole way through. Right, so this is how you extend. You go forward, the rollers there, then once you fully straighten yourself, keep your back straight, tense your core bit so that you don't just collapse. Once you fully straighten yourself, then you extend your arms to go down, and then you come back up. Then you go back, forward, arms extend, back up, back, right? So keep it under you, extend your arms out. Yourself back. And now work your goal. Let me just stop this. Obviously, I've become deathly aware of how little space my phone unfortunately has. So I'll either see you in between or on the next exercise, which will probably be, I think I'll do my arms then. But yeah, see you then. Hey, what's up? Back. Now I'm just going to do some arms. Let me roll this up. I'm just going to do biceps specifically. I work triceps with the other stuff. So I'm going to do biceps specifically. Just a few curls. You know, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too revolutionary. I think that's going to inspire me to do new things, make new inventions, and change the world. So yeah, just some basic easy go bicep curls. I don't know how heavy the bar is, but like each side has like 10 kg, so it's like 20 something. I assume like 22. Not the heaviest I can do, but it's heavy enough that I can just make the set slightly longer. You know, get a good pump in. You start now, and then yeah. Make sure that the W of the easy bar is facing up when you're doing it. Try and keep your form not too much swing. Up. Roll back your shoulders so you're not like pulling with your shoulders, I guess. 2. Up and let it down. What I like to do, I don't like to go fully down just because, okay, well, with one of these things, the heaviest part of the lift will be right in the middle. Why? Because gravity is working to pull the bar directly down. Now, when you're moving it, will be the lightest at 2 points. At the top here, where you're basically carrying it with your body, and at the bottom, where you're not really, we're just carrying it to not drop it, right? So, I prefer to keep it, this is just me a personal thing, at the points where I would feel the most tension, right? Which is like from here, where as much as it's close, it's still you're still kind of holding it just with your bicep. Here to here, right? My might shorten the range of motion, but for me at least, it keeps it in tension. It keeps the weight. It keeps the tension on my muscle the whole way through the movements, right? And then anytime I jog, it's when I'm a bit tired. But yeah, that's basically the idea of it. Good set. But yeah, that's basically, I'm gonna be doing that like 2 more times. Then after that, the next exercise will just be normal wrist curls. I did reverse curls yesterday. I might do a bit more of them, but like just lighter this time, because my biceps will be more tired. So, but yeah, wrist curls, and I think that would be all in the weight section for today. You know, you might think, oh, you've only done 2 days of weights. Well, you gotta remember, these are my home workout days, right? Because there's no car. My heavy stuff probably happen like on the Friday, maybe. Don't hold me to that. On the Friday and the weekend days, just because those are the days when either I'm willing to Uber. You know, I'm willing to Uber once a week. So if I'm going to Uber there, and by Uber I mean Uber to somewhere outside, you know. I'll Uber on a Friday, then it's like just a cycle. I can just do half of my PPO split, you know. And then the rest of the days I'm just at home doing full body stuff. So yeah, that's about it. I'm about to do my second set of the bicep things, wrist curls, and that might be, well, maybe some neck curls. I was looking at my neck, and I was worrying that it wasn't. I don't really do weight in neck curls just because since I don't really do neck curls a lot, I'm not at the point where I need weight. You know, so when I do need weight, I'll probably add them in, but it's not like I'm at the point where I really need it. So yeah. See you. Might film some of my cardio actually. But yeah, either see you at the wrist curls or see you when I'm filming myself skipping. Alright, so now we're at the skipping part, the cardio part that I mentioned at the beginning. Yeah, I just do 2,000 skips at the end of every workout. That's my cardio for the day. I no longer track cardio. Before, I would track my cardio in MyFitnessPal, but I realized that it would make me a bit complacent when it came to being in the actual deficit. Because it would be like if I was like, oh, I burned 300 calories, then I would be like, oh, that means I have 300 extra calories to eat. So in order to kind of get rid of that mindset, I've decided to just know that I'm doing 2,000 skips, because that's how many I was doing anyway, and just not track it, right? To kind of keep me disciplined in terms of staying in the deficit. What else in terms of skipping? Not much tips I can give here besides just don't focus on speed, focus on rhythm. That's the important thing about skipping, just staying on rhythm. I like to count to keep myself on rhythm, how many sets, and I don't recommend you start at my amount. I started like 500 skips, and then as you go on, you can increase based on whatever you feel like, you know, whether you increase by 50, increase by 10, increase by 100, increase by something, right? But I recommend starting off at a lower number. As you can see, not too crazy in terms of types of skips. I can do crisscross and running, but in terms of just wanting to get the numbers down, I just prefer doing normal. Then if I feel like doing any of the fancier ones, I'll do them later. But yeah, in terms of the video, I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna do my skips. My phone's almost out of space, and I'd rather have space to edit the video. So, you know, thanks for watching episode, you know, I think this is day 3 of Project HANMA. Come back next time if you enjoyed. If not, watch it again so you can enjoy it. And yeah, see you next time tomorrow.